Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Tuesday, December 29th, 2020. Yes, I finally got that out. Okay. Crazy, ridiculous, sickening, macabre story out of Missouri. I'm bringing you an update to some buffoonery and just mayhem of parents' neglect, false ideologies, which caused the death of their child. If you need verification for the storyline, please log on to WOWK 13 News. Parents of 4-year-old girl allegedly killed by neighbors while removing demon are charged. The parents of a 4-year-old Missouri girl who was allegedly killed by neighbors who were trying to exorcise a demon last week were arraigned in court Monday morning. According to court records, James and Mary Mass pleaded not guilty during an arraignment hearing Monday and will have a bond hearing on January 5th. James and his wife Mary are charged with first-degree endangering the welfare of a child, resulting in death, among other charges. The two were arrested Christmas Eve at a home in Morgan County. The parents said they were instructed by their neighbors, Ethan Mass and Courtney Almond, not to provide aid or comfort to the family's children or themselves when the neighbors would beat them, according to authorities. Mass and Almond, who faced multiple charges including murder, told the family they were beating the demons out of the girl, investigators said. The 4-year-old girl was found dead at the family home on December 20th. Benton County Sheriff Eric Knox said she had been severely beaten and dunked in an icy pond as part of what appeared to be a religious type episode. None of the actions contained in this case are condoned by the church they attended, Sheriff Knox said in a statement. The investigation done so far indicates that this is an isolated incident and not the actions of a cult. James Mass did tell investigators that even though he and Ethan have the same last name, they are not related. The Mass 2-year-old and infant sons have been placed in protective custody. The Associated Press contributed to this report. And if you need verification for the storyline, once again, WOWK 13 News. Well, this article was short and sweet and to the point. Unlike the original article I read to you that I just so happened to find before logging on last week to bring you the said information, the article I brought to you last week was very descriptive. From that reading, I thought that the wife was possessed with the devil, demon. That's why this couple was coming to their house for 2 weeks, beating the woman and her children. As I stated in that previous video, the father allowed this to go on, these two demons to come to his house and beat his wife and kids for 2 weeks. And the mother also is complicit because she laid in the cut and watched them come, also beating her child, molesting her child, they beating her, and also allegations that the parents also molested the 4-year-old girl and beat the toddler son. The infant son was untouched. But hell, how do we know? Seriously, would you actually trust any of these 4 adults to do right by an infant? Because if you'll beat a toddler and beat a 4-year-old, and molest the 4-year-old, and also beat the mother. Come on now. Now this article states this is not a cult. The church doesn't condone this behavior. Well, let's think about this for just a second. Who gave these two demons the bright idea to come into their home and beat the wife and babies? I'll wait. Someone gave the okay for these two demons, a man and a woman. And mind you, this one girl is in her early 20s. So here you have an older guy, a few years older than she, coming into another man's home, 28-year-old man's home and his wife's home, beating the wife and the child because they think one of them is possessed with the devil. Let's just say that, because my understanding was the mother. Now this article is stating that the child was possessed. So you're letting a strange man and woman come into your house and beat your wife and kids and molest your daughter. And it is also claiming that you and your wife also molested the 4-year-old. Where did they get the idea that anyone in your home was possessed with the devil? I'll wait. Because you told them that, Mr. Mass. And interesting how both men have the same last name, but they are not related. That leads one to wonder, Is everybody in the same town related to one another? I'll wait. Yeah, I said it. This is disgusting, utterly disgusting, and vile animals who breeded children to only turn on them and touch them sexually and allow someone to beat them. You had no right bringing those kids here. And frankly, you don't even have the right to walk the earth, but it is not for me to decide that. It's not for me to decide that. But you are vile nonetheless. Because you molested your own child. And then you allowed others to molest your child. And you stood idly by and watched these people molest your child and beat your child and drown your baby in an icy pond. And you laid her on the bank. Those demons laid her on the bank to die and then brought her back inside for whatever reason. I do not know. And that is the said information I brought to you in the video a week ago. This is a horrific tale of parenting gone hellaciously wrong. They don't even deserve life to me. That is my opinion. Because they are stank. A double, you know what. And I'm glad that the district attorney brought them up on charges. Because I'm sure they talked to the son who had been beaten badly. And he told them what all of the grown-ups did to him, including his parents. Rest easy, little girl. You're definitely in a better place than here. And with those. Because they didn't deserve to have you. They did not deserve to have you. And prayers to the two baby boys that you find comfort in your next place and the state finds them a loving home, and whomever gets custody of these two children, that they do right by them because they deserve to be treated with the utmost respect because, like other children, they did not ask to come here. And they sure as hell did not choose those two demons for their parents. When I get an update, I will bring you the said information. Thanks for joining me. Mask Up America. COVID is real. I will be back with another update to all my stories. This has been a hell of a weekend with all the things going on in the world with COVID and upticks and trying to get a stimulus passed. Then the bombing in Nashville. This world is wicked. It's evil. You do not know people. You cannot trust people. There's no such thing as he is nice. She is nice. Well, as you see, 4 grown-ups are now incarcerated in a jail for physically and sexually abusing a child and family. Somebody in Nashville blew up themselves inside of an RV. People said he was nice too. You don't know people. And there's nothing wrong with thinking the best of people and trying not to be judgmental of others. But do know and recognize the signs when something is not right with someone and their talk is off. Gibberish, nonsense, rhetoric, radical. Stay woke. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. Thanks for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Good night.